thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to share with you how to create a simple animation applied to a character. Okay, so let's take a look of today's work. Okay, so first, the character will be in an idle state. Okay, if I press S, it starts walking. If I press both S and D, it starts running. If I only press S, it goes back to walk. And then if I take off S button, it went back to the idle state. Okay, so it looks simple, but it takes a lot of coding and some basic understanding of animation. So let's start. Okay, so first I want to introduce you a very good site called Maximal. Maximal is a site that allows you to get character and then apply to animations. So pretty much the first thing is that you have to log in to your account, right? First, log into your account. And then you can start, browsing your characters. Usually we start with like choosing what characters we want and then apply animations, right? For example, like characters. The reason why I picked the easy one, which is like the butt, is because sometimes the texture is hard to do the texture. So if you use a simple butt such as Y butt or X butt, it's all much easier. Because if you choose the complicated character, you probably need to import the texture materials. So that's what I would suggest. Just keep everything easy so you don't have to worry about the texture. So you can pick Y butt or you can pick X butt. Okay, so now I am picking X butt. So I click this, right? And then you see why it is running outside of the frame, because there are two types of animation. One is in place, one is not in place, which is, for example, if the character is running, then it will actually run outside of the place, but we want to make it in place. So so this is what we want, right? Okay, so this is XBot, right? And then for animation, after you pick this character, now we tap to the animations. Then we need to apply whatever animation we like to this bot. Okay, so I use walk to run, and you can feel free to do some interesting walk or interesting gestures. So for me, I pick something that is a little easier. So you can do idle, right? Idle, walk to run, or we can pick something else, right? Maybe idle. So today we are going to switch from idle to walk to run. Okay, idle. You can see there are so many different idols. This idol looks fun. Okay, so maybe I can pick this idol, right? Oh yeah, really boring, right? So so the woman just feel like, oh, it's boring. Okay, so it's like a drove idol. Okay, this looks great. Okay, so once we select this one, right, then we are going to download it. Okay, so we download it. The format, you can choose FBX for Unity FBX.FBX. It's easier because you see there are so many different choices, right? So I think this one looks good. And frames per second, I think this one, just to reduce the file size. So yeah, so I think 30 would be great. And skin, you can do with the skin or without skin, but I like to do everything with skin just in case if I need it. So I do with skin. With skin means that you want the mesh with it, not just the animation. Okay, so keyframe reduction, right now we can keep it none. Okay, so let me download it, right? Okay, so I will download it and then let me drag it to the model. Maybe I create another folder, demo. Okay, great. So this is a demo model. Okay. Okay, great. Then I want to show you another one. Okay, so we can do the animation, right? This one is idle. Then second one, we are going to download something else. For example, we can download idle. Maybe we can download walk. Okay, so you can pick which walk you want to do. So for example, like this one looks pretty. Yeah, maybe this one. Sneak walk. And remember to click this in place. Okay, so in place, right? So it won't run out of the frame. Okay, so if you find out it's good, then we download it. The same, right? FBX for Unity, 30, skin with skin and none. Okay, so we got idle, walk, then we want a run. Okay, so which one run you want? You can take a look. Maybe fast run, right? Fast run. Oof. So remember to click in place. Yeah, so when you click in place, it's just keep looping in the same position. So we want to download this one. So format FBX for Unity, frames per second, 30, skin with skin, and keyframe reduction, we don't need it. Okay. Okay, so fast. Okay, let's go back. Now we have 3 model and animation, right? This is materials, this is rig, right? And this is animation, and those are mesh, right? So yeah, so we can take a look. So all we need is those, those animation clips. Okay, but if you click this, right? The interesting thing is that it's that you couldn't change anything. You couldn't keep it low. So what we are going to do is that we are going to make sure that this this can be duplicate and take it out. Okay, so what I would do is, this is idle. I will rename it. This is run, and this is walk. Okay, so this one, right? This one, Command D, click Command D, and you can duplicate this one. So this one is walk. Okay, and then let's do run, right? click this, right? It's kind of like the child of the entire run, right? So click this a movie clip and then hit Command D and you got run. Then you go here, idle. Click this one and Command D, idle. Okay, so now you have 3, right? And then what we need is an Animator Controller. Okay, so those are the previous one. I want to, kind of create another one which is called demo. Okay, so I'm going to create another one which is called Animator Controller. Okay, go to create Animator Controller and human. I put a D because it's just separate from previous. I did the experimental stuff. Okay, so I got an Animator Controller. So if we need to attach this Animator Controller to, okay, we probably need to recreate another scene. Okay, so this is character. Create another scene called demo. Okay, so yeah, we start fresh, right? Okay, so first hit mouse right key, and then create a plane. Remember to reset. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and then plan. Before I did some material, so maybe I can apply yellow, right? Okay, plan. Then after plan, I want to start dragging our model inside. Okay, so model, demo, right? And we have the idle one, so I want to drag the idle one. Yeah, okay. So on plane, I kind of want to make plane 5. Okay, so it's larger. Okay. Okay, so click idle and click animation. Oh, sorry. Click animator. Yeah, animator. Okay. So animation means that in like the animation skip clips, right? And then animator means that it's kind of like controlling different scripts, and you can curating which state you want to go. Okay, so that's, attach it to animator. And then you need to attach this animator to a new controller that we just made. So human D, right? Okay, human D. And then I want to share with you, yeah, so human D demo. Yeah, okay, so human D and avatar is this one, right? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so and the rest of it you can remain the same. Okay, so let's take a look of the idle, right? Okay, so first, when you get into the animator, you will see any state, entry, exit, right? So, and you have layers and parameters. Right now, we are not going to touch anything related to layers. We are going to use parameters to kind of define different states. And then if you click the plus button, you can see you can use different parameters such as float, int, bool, trigger. Yeah, those 4. So now we are going to use bool, right? For example, we need to make sure if it is walking, right? or we want to make sure after certain parameter we want to see whether it is running. Okay, so those are bool, right? Bool. So uncheck means false, check means true, right? Okay, so and then we go back to our previous demo. Then we just take out the idle state, right? And remember, once you kind of have the animation state, remember to put loop time, so it will keep looping. It won't stop. Okay, run. That's click loop time. Walk. That's click the loop time as well. So 3 of them we click loop time. And first one, the default one, we want to make it in idle state, right? In idle state. And the second one, we want to make it like start transition from walk to run. Okay, so this is our kind of like structure, and you can also set different state. The default state, for example, like you want default as walk, you can go here, right? So default, that's do idle. Okay, so if you see this one, okay, so when we click the play button, you see it should play the idle state. Okay, so I think we probably need to make sure the camera is aligned with the character. Okay, so let's go to game object. You click main camera, right? And then go to game object and then click align with view. So make sure your game view is aligned with your camera. Okay, let's hit the play button. So you see, because our default is in the idle state, so the character, the robot, is doing the idle state. Okay, this is very interesting. Then if we want to set the default state is walk. Okay, so let's do this. Walk. Okay, take a look. Yeah, the default state is walk, right? So yeah, and it won't change to any other state because you haven't assigned any value or assign any actions for it. So it won't change. It will just doing the looping forever. Okay, let's take a look. If the default state is run, okay, let's take a look. Yeah, you see, it just keep running and keep running because you see our animator, yeah, it's not doing anything. It's not changing any state. So let's take a look. Yeah, so let's go back to make the default state as idle. Okay, so let's go back to our scene. Okay, so right now what we want to do is to create scripts to make sure that we can, hit a certain key on our keyboard like S and D. Then, when we hit S, right, and the character will start walking. If we press both S and D, and this model, this robot will start running. Okay, so this is our plan. Then let's go back to our animator system. So first, we've already created is walking and it's running, right? Because we have two states. We either do whether we need to know whether this robot is walking or not, or this robot is running or is not. Okay, so let's create make transition. You click the state, right click, make transition. Okay, so let's go here, right? And remember to uncheck has exit time, because if you check has exit time, it means that it takes a while for the the animation to run. So it won't be as clear or as sharp to stop or start running. It takes a long time for the animation to transit to another one. We don't want extra time, right? Okay, so we want to, press S key, and then so the robot will start from idling to walk. And we also want the robot to go back from walk to idle, right? So we click this, and remember to uncheck has exit time. Okay, so let's take a look of this part. Okay, so idle to walk, right? If you want to do from idle to walk, it means that is walking is true, right? So is walking is true, right? You need to press this plus button. Okay, so let's do it again. At the beginning, it will look like this, but if you press this button, is walking is true, right? If you want to transit from idle to walk stay, this transition, you see like I hit this arrow, right? Make this become blue. This is walking will be true, right? And this one is the opposite. I want to make walk back to idle. So is walking is false. Okay, so let's take a look. When I press this plus button, is walking, let's make it false. Okay, great. Then let's take a look from walk to run. It's the same thing, right? So let's go to walk and make transition. Press the blue button and has exit time. Remember to take it out or it will take a while for walk to run. You want to immediate transit, right? Okay, so this one, let's make it has exit, empty, right? And then make transition. Click this. Has the exit time, we take it out, right? Okay, so let's take a look. Yeah, take it out. No exit time. Okay, so walk to run. So let's take a look. So it means that is running is true, right? And if we click this, run to walk, right? It means that is running is false. Okay, so we just did a simple setup. Okay, so let's take a look of our script. Okay, so those are our my previous script. Okay, so let's create another one. Create C# script demo. Okay, so we need to attach this demo script to our idle model. Yeah, so remember, idle model select, right? Idle model select, and we drag this demo script to here, right? Okay, so that's kind of start coding. Okay, so first, what we want to do is to set, make sure we have our animator being code. So because we attach this script to our model, to our character, so that's why we don't really need, because it's already on it, so we don't really use public and attach it. So all we need to do is animator, right? Doing the private animator. Okay. The second one, we want to get the animator. So this animator, get component, animator. So it means that at the beginning, right, we want to get, right, this one. Oh, takes some time. Animator, right? So the private one, because it's attached to it, so it will find and every component on this idle, right? So